Year after I saw Nasi Yaakov, Chief Counsel Daniel said, "It's over, Israel Atik, you guys should have learned enough already. I'm done. I'm getting ready to go on the road and preach." You see, he was serious. He would travel across the country, wherever, and just put up a flag and start talking. He said that's how powerful he was. But before that happened, he took me up to Harlem, and we met with Abba Bivens.
Okay, so you had an encounter with Abba Bivens.
Oh, yeah. Abba Bivens and Nasi Barak.
Oh, Nasi Barak was up there at that time.
Nasi Barak, he was going back and forth between Israel Atik and Tanakh School. Great experience. I went up there a couple times. One time we were over there and they had the charts up. And they had the charts. A great experience. I went up there a couple times. One time we were over there and they had the charts up. And they had the charts that said if you're Jamaican, you come from this tribe, and if you're from Barbados, it's that tribe, and boom, 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 boom. And read the book, said, "Hey, come on, Pop. What is, that ain't right." He said, "Of course, Danny, I know that's not right." And read the book, said, "Hey, come on, Pop. What is, that ain't right." He said, "Of course, Danny, I know that's not right." He said, "But that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true." He said, "But that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true." He said, "But that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true." He said, "But that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true." Well, years later, after he passed away, and his sons and all of them, they either died or moved away, the Tanakh School began to teach those things as truth. This is the truth. The Tanakh School began to teach those things as truth. This is the truth, and well. Great experience. I went up there a couple times.
Directly and ask anybody. I was there back then with the heads and all that. And I sat down with them and asked. We out like we always do, out getting stuff for the school. I'm out with Mo, Aria. I think Lahab was there, a couple of others. And I asked Aria about it. And I said, "Aria, how did the 12 tribes come about?" They proceeded to go into the story. Okay, about Aria. First of all, Aria used to work construction as a young man. And like I brought out in that documentary the brothers was making, he fell down an elevator shaft, 3-story, broke both his legs, was in traction, got in a wheelchair for 3 years. Aria rode around, the doctor said he would never walk again. He rode around in a wheelchair for 3 years. And so naturally he couldn't go to camp, couldn't do a ton of things, couldn't even get up the stairs in the school. So he spent a ton of that time at home, and he started to study the records and the history. Aria was a young man, 18, 19, like young men do, work construction, do different jobs. Bivens was over the school. Aria was one of the ones coming up in the school. When he got the vision, of course he brought it to Bivens. Bivens knew the vision was right, and of course, being the head of the school, Bivens brought it out to everybody. Just like I'm the head of the school. Brothers bring me stuff all the time, and I bring it out. It don't mean I'm the one that created it, or I'm the one that came up with it. So Bivens did not come up with it. Ariah is the one through the vision of the Lord. Now listen, you can say what you want. Ariah got the vision.
All right, Zion, you heard it with your own ears and seen it with your own eyes. It's a very dangerous thing to give your heritage away to strangers. It is an